Welcome back to our channel, where you can always count on us to bring you the most recent information and developments about your favorite rappers. Today we are going to discuss 6ix9ine, who is often regarded as one of the most divisive characters working in the music business. You may have heard about the incident that occurred with him at LA Fitness when it was said that he got into a fight with another person. Nevertheless, what exactly took place? Keep up with the news to find out the real story behind what happened. It is necessary to go back a little bit to fully comprehend what happened at LA Fitness. In 2018, law enforcement officials detained and accused 6ix9ine of a variety of felonies, including racketeering and weapons violations. He struck a deal with the prosecution and promised to collaborate with the government in return for a reduced sentence in exchange for a reduced sentence. He was facing a minimum term of 47 years in prison for the crime he committed. Because of this, he became a controversial character, with some people condemning him for betraying his old allies, and others thanking him for doing what he needed to do to save his skin. He was a contentious figure because of this. A year and a half later, in March of 2021, 6ix9ine was working out at LA Fitness when he reportedly got into a fight with another person who was also working out there. The other guy was reportedly a competing rapper, and before things got out of hand, they had a verbal confrontation, according to some sources. According to the testimony of a few witnesses, 6ix9ine retaliated to the punch that was thrown at him by the other individual by throwing a weight in his direction. The occurrence was recorded on video, and it became quite popular on social media very fast. The findings of the investigation into the event showed that the confrontation had absolutely nothing to do with any kind of gang activity. What happened was a disagreement on a personal level between 6ix9ine and one of the individuals who had contacted him. The individual in question reportedly had been pestering 6ix9ine for some time before the rapper decided to confront him at the gym. The sources claim that the man in question had been doing this for a while. The scenario swiftly spiraled out of control, yet it had absolutely nothing to do with actions associated with gangs. After the fight, the police questioned both 6ix9ine and the guy who had challenged him. 6ix9ine was arrested for his involvement in the fight. It was said that the individual had been stalking the rapper for some time and had even made threats of physical violence against him in the past. 6ix9ine, who was in the gym with his security team, stated that the guy had confronted him in a threatening way, and he believed that his safety was in jeopardy as a result of this interaction. It was also stated that 6ix9ine tried to leave the gym following the confrontation, but the guy and his buddies followed him as he walked away. This resulted in a second altercation in the parking lot when the rapper's security crew ultimately interfered and brought an end to the tense situation. Whispers were going around that the whole thing had been a PR stunt, which is an intriguing theory to consider. These allegations, however, were swiftly refuted by officials for 6ix9ine, who maintained that the rapper would never put himself in danger for fame, and that he would never do such a thing. The aftermath of the event prompted 6ix9ine to address the subject through his various social media platforms. He said that he had been the target of harassment and bullying, but that he had stood up for himself in both situations. In addition, he complimented the members of his security team for their prompt response, which helped defuse the situation. 6ix9ine was taken into custody and charged with assault after the altercation that occurred at LA Fitness. Nonetheless, he would have to face heavy penalties for his acts despite being freed on bond. The event also created a great deal of debate and discussion among fans as well as members of the media. A great number of individuals were dissatisfied with 6ix9ine's actions because he had previously been engaged in several prior instances that had caused many to question his morality. Since they believed he was portraying a negative role model for younger generations, several of his followers started to disassociate themselves from him. In addition to the effect it had on his reputation, the episode also had repercussions for 6ix9ine's finances. He was forced to back out of many sponsorship arrangements and cancel many events because of worries about their safety. In general, the events that followed the incident served as a wake-up call for 6ix9ine and a reminder that acts can have repercussions. 6ix9ine's career suffered significant setbacks as a direct result of the event that occurred at LA Fitness. Before the confrontation, the rapper was already dealing with legal issues, and this episode did nothing but throw gasoline to the flames of their situation. As a result of his imprisonment, he was dismissed by his record company, and he was met with hostility from fans as well as musicians from other genres. Several others believed it was inappropriate for someone who is in the public eye to behave in such a manner, and they expressed their displeasure by saying that 6ix9ine's actions at LA Fitness were unacceptable. As a direct consequence of this, a great number of the future performances he was scheduled to perform in, as well as other endorsement agreements, were cancelled. Despite these obstacles, 6ix9ine has continued to put out new songs and has managed to keep a dedicated audience. Yet, it is quite evident that the event at LA Fitness has tainted his image, and it will take some time for him to restore the confidence of both fans and industry experts. When you are in the public spotlight particularly, it is important to remember that the acts you choose have repercussions, and this episode serves as a good reminder of that. Celebrities need to be aware that they are held to a higher standard than ordinary people in terms of their conduct, and they mustn't behave irresponsibly. The recent incident involving 6ix9ine at LA Fitness served as a stark illustration of the repercussions that are inextricably linked to celebrity and popularity. It's easy to be swept up in the glitter and glamour of celebrity life, but it's crucial to keep in mind that your actions will have repercussions in the real world. Since then, 6ix9ine's career has suffered a considerable setback due to the repercussions of this occurrence, which serves as a sharp reminder of the truth of the aforementioned statement. Nonetheless, there is a possibility for personal development and advancement as a result of this experience. We can all work toward being better people and steer clear of repeating the same errors in the future if we take the time to consider what happened and then take the necessary actions to make apologies. It is imperative that, as we analyze the event that transpired at LA Fitness with 6ix9ine, we think about what we can take away from this experience as a learning opportunity. One of the most important things that I have learned is the significance of being conscious of our deeds and how they may have an effect on other people. While it's simple to get carried away in the here and now or to convince ourselves that our actions are warranted, we must always keep in mind that the decisions we make have repercussions. The influence of social media and the speed with which information may spread is another valuable lesson we can draw from this event. Since we live in a digital era, anything that we say or do may be recorded and broadcast instantly to millions of people across the world. We must be conscious of this truth and give serious consideration to the consequences of our actions before participating in any conduct that has the potential to cause damage to either ourselves or others. Last but not least, all of us need to acknowledge the significance of accepting responsibility for our acts. Instead of trying to shift blame or find an explanation for our actions, we should accept responsibility for them so that we may develop as people and benefit from them. We may proceed with a heightened sense of self-awareness and integrity if we accept responsibility for our transgressions and make good faith efforts to make apologies. That's all for today's video, guys. If you like our content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, share, and hit the notification bell to get the latest news from us. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.